You find a very colorful knife, red and green and blue and yellow around the hilt. Episode 17, The Knife Beneath the Window. Welcome to Echoes of Elsewhere. This is a story about people caught between two worlds, the modern, gothic shadows of New Eden and the dark, oppressive nightmare of Barovia. I'm Keith, your GM, your Keeper of Secrets.
I'm Edie Jones. I'm playing Rax Koshak, a Dragonborn bard, and somewhere in the back of his brain is a very confused artist named Vince.
I'm Leah Sky. I'm playing Blake Emberlich, and she has secrets.
I'm playing Professor Gregor, and he's getting way too into this Renaissance fair.
I'm Tony Keone. I am playing Elliot Knight, the inventor of the most advanced AI ever created. After we had our little run-in at the diner and kind of collected some more evidence, we decided to split up, whether that was by choice or by sanity-induced decision-making. And so Elliot went back to the Circle of Light and demanded information from Mr. S. After a very lengthy conversation, Elliot learned more about the organization and what they've done, and found out that some of the creatures that they've been investigating, including the one that brought this group together, were hidden away in some kind of secret lab. Also found out that there may be others who are interested, including another business owned and operated by a Mr. Strahd. Elliot decided that he was going to grab the group and come back and continue questioning, but the fates had different things in store for us, because as we went to sleep, we reappeared in Barovia. From there were some conversations, including Blake trying to talk to Professor Gregor about maybe trying to speak to that internal mind that she has locked away somewhere. And other interesting facts started to show themselves that have not been brought to the rest of our attention.
That's where we found ourselves last. Father Gregor and Blake together. A little hypnosis, a little detect thoughts, a little empathy going a long way to break through some barriers. Ireena and Ismark are in their house. They have prepared their father for burial today. His coffin is laid out. The lid is closed. There are flowers across the top of it. Together, the four of you, with the two siblings, carry the coffin through the town. Through the streets, it's wet. It's like there's puddles everywhere, but no real rain during the night. You pass the Blood on the Vine Tavern, you pass Mary's house. Mary is following along. Not too far from Rax. Not clinging this morning, but still staying close. You make it to the church. Father Donovich is outside, waiting. He meets you at the gate, guides you around the building, around the outside of the church. For a moment, you think you hear a faint scream coming from the church, but you're not sure. Maybe it was just the wind. Father Donovich takes you to a mausoleum in the back. The door is opened. There is a small stand in front of it where you rest this coffin. He gathers everyone around, which is just you. There are no other villagers who come out for this ceremony. Donovich says a few words. They are simple. They are thanks to the Morning Lord for watching over them, that he may guide the spirit of Colion to his final destination. Ismark is stoic throughout the entire ordeal, his hand resting on his sword, the knuckles white. Ireena sobs slightly, but also she maintains her composure. Death, suffering, it's not something new to these people, and they try their best to maintain a level of decorum. Mary in the back, clutching a freshly sewn blanket that she's been holding probably since early last night, is sobbing the most. But you're not sure that she's sobbing for the funeral or just being Mary. At the end of the funeral, Ismark and the priests go off to talk amongst themselves. They move off to the sign. Ireena comes over to you. Thank you very much. My father's at rest. It's time for me to leave the village. If I continue to stay here, it's only going to put other people at risk. We talked about Vallaki. It might be the best place for me to go next. I have heard that they have protections against the Dark Ones there. It is not safe for me to travel alone. Will you travel with me? You wanted to go to see the orphanage where I was at. I'd be happy to guide you there. And if you have any questions about the Vistani or anything I can help with, I'm happy to help.
I think it makes sense for us to go with you, partly to make sure that you get there safely. But we also want to investigate the windmill and the orphanage along the way.
I understand you have concerns. I don't know. I haven't been there in years, and except for the sisters coming around and selling their pies, which they're an experience. It's the best way to describe it. I haven't seen them much, but I do know that they are still taking kids in, and they're still helping them find homes. Although we here at Barovia, we're not where they end up. Most of them probably go to Vallaki. That's where I think.
Is your brother coming with us?
I think we talked a little bit this morning before you woke up. He wants to remain here. She looks over to Elliot. You said several harsh words, made several harsh statements that he took to heart regarding Mary and her daughter and what the village did and didn't do.
Yeah, I stand by it.
Maybe it's time he tries to make a difference. He's going to stay here with Father Donovich and try to see what they can do to make things better for those who remain. He is the burgomaster now, and he wants to be the burgomaster, not just in name, but in deed. Mary, hearing that, reaches out for you, Rax. She goes, Jefferson, I don't want to leave you. We've only just found each other.
I need to take Ireena to this new village just to keep her safe. I will return.
I could go. I could go. I could cook. I could sew. I could take care of things. Ireena, I could be your housemaid. I could make sure you have everything you need.
You should stay here and have the burgomaster help you.
How would he help me?
He can help you, and the other people in the city can help you find yourself, find what's wrong. You're not in your right mind, Mary.
But I just want to find Gertrude.
We're going to also take on that mission and try to find her for you.
What we do need is somebody locally looking here, because we're going further out to continue the search, but maybe she hasn't gone that far.
Exactly. You need to stay here in case she gets back.
Yeah.
Rax, could you do me a favor and roll a persuasion roll with advantage from the assistance you've gotten from Blake and Elliot?
So, persuasion. Oh, it's already a 19, but I'll roll it again. Almost there. There we go. Okay.
I think we'll stick with the first one.
Yeah. 19 will do.
So, you are talking to her. You on that 19. She breaks down in tears.
I will bring her into a hug.
She does not want to leave you, but if she goes somewhere else, Gertrude won't be able to find her, and she knows that. If my baby comes home, she needs to find me here.
Exactly. I'll be back, I promise.
You promise to come back?
I promise to come back.
She looks around and she looks at, do you have a dagger on your belt? I believe you do.
Yeah, I've got daggers.
She reaches for your dagger?
I do not let her have it.
I just want to give you something of mine. And she pulls at her hair a little bit and motions where she would like you to cut it.
Okay. I cut off a little bit of her hair.
Okay, you cut it, and she takes it, and she winds it up and ties it into like a bracelet around your wrist.
I will cherish this. Thank you.
Hey, Mary. I think, can you do something important for us while we're gone?
Of course, you've helped me. What can I do?
Well, you see Ismark over there, I think he's having a tough time just burying his father. If you could help us look after him while we're gone, I think that would be really good.
I could be his maid, right? I could help at his house. That would give me something to do. I could be here. I like that idea. Let me, Jefferson, I'm going to go talk to Ismark and make sure that's okay. Is that all right?
You do that.
She gives you another hug, and then she skips off. And for the moment, she's not crying. She is still clinging to the blanket. And she goes over to Ismark, who looks at her, looks over her shoulder, and looks at you guys.
Thumbs up from Elliot.
He gives you that look like, what did you just do?
What did you just sign me up for?
And all of you are smiling with thumbs up. And and as Ismark and Mary are talking, Father Donovich comes over to you.
Before he starts talking, actually, I want to send a psychic message to Blake, and I'm going to say, hey, I know you may be against this, but I think you and I need to slip away and go and get that book from his dresser again. I know that Professor Gregor was saying that he needed to study it more, but if it has more information about what we need to do, I think we need to take it.
Can I respond to this?
Yes. You can.
But what's going to happen when he finds it missing?
That's a thing we'll have to deal with later.
I think Professor Gregor will begin to speak. He will say to Father Donovich, there are dark things happening in this region still. I am
well aware.
The attack from last night, for instance. I recognized something about the way the dead were revived. I don't remember enough of it, but if I had some sort of reference, are there libraries or some sort of reference to the occult in this area that we could make use of? Are you aware?
The Abbey at Creswick has the finest library in Barovia. Perhaps the Count has one as well, but don't think you're going to get there.
No. Do you know... is there anything closer to home? Just even... Do you have a personal reference set or anything?
Just the hymnals to the Morning Lord. We don't have many books here.
That's unfortunate.
I think Gregor at this point now hears something in his head, and it's Elliot saying, good, keep him distracted.
There's one more thing that I think we might want to have a look at. The beasts from last night were attempting to get at something from the beneath Mary's house. Can you use a shovel? I know that this is a lot to ask of you right now, but can you use a shovel?
He looks over his shoulder, and there's a larger guy way in the back who's doing some groundwork here, and he has like shovels and rakes, and he's moving around the cemetery, but it's almost like kind of mindless, killing time, walking around. He's got the tools, but you don't really actually see him do anything with them other than going from spot to spot. And he goes, yeah, if you need a shovel, I definitely have one. We can...
Oh, Oh no, I have a shovel as well. I need another. It's faster work with two, and I think whatever we find down there, it's best it's found with people with clerical training.
I understand completely. And I have some things I need to talk to you about anyway. So, Periwinkle, can I borrow the shovel? And the larger guy comes over and goes, "Oh, yeah, here, Father, you can have that." And he hands him the shovel, and he wanders. The bigger guy wanders back. Now he has the rake. He's kind of dragging it behind him. He has that blank look in his eyes as that he's looking like far off in the distance as he's talking. Father Donovich takes the shovel, puts it over his shoulder, and he goes, Periwinkle will move the coffin into the mausoleum and prepare for it once we are all gone. So let's go and talk.
Indeed.
And he walks with you, Father Gregor. So Rax, what would you like to do as you see Father Gregor and Father Donovich having this priestly bonding moment over a pair of shovels?
I'm going to go over to Ismark and just check in and just say, how are you feeling? How you doing? How you holding up?
Your friend is a harsh person. He says what's on his mind.
I've been working with him on that a little bit. I've noticed that he has no filter, as they say. Apologies if he was a little too harsh.
Perhaps he wasn't harsh enough, or maybe I should have heard those words before.
Well, taking them to heart is a good thing. And there's a lot of good you can do here.
I know Mary has told me that you are going to take my sister to Vallaki, and I greatly appreciate the fact that you were willing to escort her and keep her safe.
Of course.
But there is a place for you here at my side. I do need someone who's going to speak their mind. If you wish to remain here, you don't have to go. And Mary is got this big smile on her face. Clearly, this is what they've been talking about when you left them alone, is how we're going to keep Jefferson here in town.
I'll put a hand on a claw on his shoulder and just say, I appreciate the offer, but I feel like my skill set is needed in the mission to come to take your sister somewhere safe. I will return, and then we can talk about perhaps a longer term arrangement. I am very interested in getting to know more about you.
Once my sister is settled, if you can send word to me, I'll try to get to Vallaki and meet with her and make sure everything is going well. And I could possibly meet you and your companions there as well. And Mary's going, and I can come too. I can come too, and I can prepare meals and make sure everything's
Mary,
okay.
You need to stay here in case Gertrude comes home.
I do need to stay here in case Gertrude comes gone, but you won't be gone long.
No. And I just say to Ismark, if you make it to Vallaki, let's go get a drink.
And as you're having that conversation, you faintly hear the distant cry of Doro coming from the basement of the church. Again, to those who don't know what it is, it's just wind through an old building. Elliot and Blake, you move away and head to the church as you hear the cry of Doro coming from within. He's still in the basement, still locked inside. You push the church doors open. They're not locked this time. And you step in and you go to Father Donovich's office. You see the cabinet that's there, the one where the book was at. It is still locked. In fact, I would say that it's not only just still locked, it looks exactly the way you left it. It's unlikely that Father Donovich has been in this room since you left here yesterday.
Okay, what do you think it meant that he didn't tell Gregor about the book?
It meant that we need to take the book. He's hiding it from us, and I guarantee that there are answers, whether he thinks that we're capable of understanding them or anything like that. There's something in this book that might help us, whether it's good or bad. We need to take it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I have a really important question, and I hate to bring this up now. Where's Ireena? She was standing next to all of you when you started splitting off. So who do you think she's with right now?
I think she's probably with Ismark. They're getting, probably went back to her place to pack.
So as Vince went over, you brought Ireena over with you to kind of create this opening for everybody.
All right, I guess I'll see if I can get this lock open again.
And I'm going to stand guard, like just kind of keep lookout.
Blake, you may pick this lock with advantage. You've already picked this lock once, but you put it back to the exact same position it was before. You did such an amazing job last time. So difficulty on this is just going to be 12.
Okay, perfect.
You have rolled a dirty 20. So I think you're able to pick the lock. 25 with advantage. Fantastic. You open it up, and inside you see the things you saw before, some candles. There are some Morning Lord hymnals in here as well. There is the box with the offerings inside of it. And in the bottom of this is the book that you've seen in the past.
You know these locks, they're like 2 pins. Like modern locks are like 5 or 6. This is super easy.
That works for us. We can get out of here faster. But also, to throw, I have an idea. And Elliot grabs a piece of paper and a quill and writes down, "You've been had by the masked bandit," and folds it in half and leaves it there. And I'm hoping I can roll like maybe a deception check for that to see if we can try and throw him off the trail of us taking the book.
Masked Bandit who ignores all of the money and just takes the occult book.
No, I'm taking the money too. That's the thing. I'm actually going to clean this out.
Dude.
So,
okay.
Well, the coins have various people's faces on them. Only one of them had Strahd's face. So knowing who each of these are, where they're related to, and trying to gather that information, especially since Strahd is in our world, Elliot's kind of processing this of, are there other people that are represented by these things, and do we need to have these to reference at some point?
Blake, you had such moral quandaries about breaking in here before. Now you've opened it up and you see Elliot reach in, grabs the coin offerings, grabs the book. Are you grabbing the candles and the hymnals and the wine bottle of wine that's in here as well?
Wine, yes. The other two, no, because I'm trying to make it look like this person was robbed and they took the valuable looking things. So like the candles, they may be important, the hymnals may be important, but a commoner that was just stealing might not recognize the value of those things.
Okay. All right, so you take the things that look like they have value, you write your note, you put it inside. Did you take the box or you just take the coins?
I think I'm just going to take the coins out because it'll be easier to conceal.
Okay, and then your note goes in the box. All right. And you close the door up. Are you going to make any attempt to try and conceal this like it was before? Restore it back to what it was? Or are you going to leave it clearly opened, looking like it was opened?
Yeah, what do you think? Elliot?
Is it possible that you could stage it, but shoddily stage it? So it looks like somebody who knew what they were doing, but maybe wasn't the best.
Oh yeah, that implies I'm the best. Thanks. Yeah, I'll do that. Maybe I'll just... Yeah, we'll leave the lock kind of like half picked, kind of. One of the pins is jammed.
Yeah, and I think you did a 25 on your attempt to pick the lock. I am going to have you make a deception check on here to see how well you can do this. Again, the difficulty in this is going to be fairly low. It's just a 10.
There you go, 10.
All right. And a 10 is exactly what you roll. Perfect. You position it kind of jam. You look around the table and you find a quill, like for a pen. And after you put it back together, you jam the quill in there and you snap it off. So it looks like some novice who just grabbed what was convenient, picked the lock with it, and then it broke off. So if anyone he looks at it, it's not going to look like a professional did it. Father Gregor and Father Donovich are walking through the town, shovels over their side. been talking about the church, the Morning Lord, what's been going on in the community, and he stops you for a moment. When you get to Vallaki, you must visit St. Andrew's Church. It is protected by the spirit of St. Andrew against the Count's influence. No harm can come to those who are inside of it.
I see. Is that the only place within Vallaki that possesses a real sort of protection? Is the church itself from where the city gets its reputation?
The church has a great deal to do with that reputation. Father Lucian has maintained it for many years. Father Lucian may be able to give us some advice on how best to help my son. You still want to help him, don't you?
If it is possible.
I'd hope that you would. He reaches into his robes and he pulls out a small coin purse. It is not much. It is what I have been able to collect over the years for the church, for myself, to take care of those who need. I think the need is very great today. Please take this. May it help you on your journey.
I think Father Gregor will, like, it's sort of it's being proffered, and he'll sort of raise his empty hand and sort of push it back towards Father Donovich and says,
I don't think that coins will help us where we're going, and I have all I need.
You have all you need?
I have all I need, and this is not necessary to help us.
The people of this village would greatly benefit from these coins. But
Then
if you can help my son, you help others, it might even be more.
I will help your son just as well without this. Thank you.
He puts the coin, the little pouch of coins back into his robes. It wasn't a very big pouch. So as he offers it to you, you get to the back of Mary's house. In the back of Mary's house, there is the window where you had jumped through to the other side. You see where the wolf had scratched at the ground beneath it. And you take your shovels and begin to dig. Father Donovich is watching, digging, curious about what you're trying to find. It doesn't take you very long. You dig maybe clear 3 inches worth of dirt and silt, probably from a recent rain that had fallen that had kind of caused some debris to gather around here. The rake might have been a better tool, in fact. And you pull out, you find a very colorful knife. It is a throwing blade. It has red and green and blue and yellow bands around the hilt. And the blade is double bladed and tapered out. It's very thin.
Strange weapon. I don't think this is exceptionally common. Is it possible that I could make some sort of history check or something related to determine what sorts of people use this knife?
I think a history check would be fantastic, yes. We're going to say the DC on this is going to be 13.
All right. May I make use of guidance? I am potentially from Father Donovich, but I've got the guidance spell.
I think, yeah, if you want to use guidance, you certainly can on this.
All right. Sounds good. Story. Thank you. Don't even need it. It's a 14. But just to see, 15.
15. We have 14 plus a 1 with that guidance is 15. You look at this, and you look at the gear that you have. Your gear is plain, wooden handles, browns and tans and grays. You look at Father Donovich. Not very colorful at all. You remember the circus tent, though. The spirals of red and yellows and blues and greens. And this knife doesn't make you think of Barovia. It makes you think of Changeable Entertainments.
I think that's nylon.
Yeah, it is. You're looking at this, and it is. It's almost like electrical tape has been wrapped. Colorful electrical tape has been wrapped around the very smooth handle of the blade.
Father Gregor will carefully wrap the blade and stow it. And say, most interesting.
It is a throwing knife from a performing set.
Circus acrobats have been here.
And with the revelation that somebody from the circus has been here, let's pause for right now. Let's stop. Let's let the echoes fade away. And then we'll come back soon for our next exciting adventure.